you didn't hear me. All right, we out. Excuse me for the technical difficulties, y'all. We here.
But I'm trying to figure out why you're sideways. Why is it?
I don't know why you sideways with me.
Maybe that's interesting. I don't
You know,
know.
I have to put my phone straight up. Yours is straight up. Mine's is sideways.
Your phone is sideways? No, mine's straight up.
That's why. So
Why
I
you
don't know how to
like that?
turn it the other way. Turn yours the other way.
Oh, Lord Jesus, what are we doing right
There we go. You're right. There you go.
now? Is that
Nah. Yes. Look, good vibes. Good vibes only. Good vibes only. Look. Ah!
is that how
That's how we cover today. See, we ain't got no good sense.
hey, this is what we do. This is what we do.
So we're gonna see if anybody else coming into the feed. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. We want to make sure that we can hear each other so we can, do this live correctly. So we'll give people a couple minutes to come on in. And so, oh girl, look, got my watermelon juice with my mint. Got your glass.
You know what? Yeah, I got my glasses. That's what I need. Because if I'm gonna try to read comments, I'm gonna have to have some glasses on. Otherwise, it ain't work.
I got my contacts on, so that's working for me. That's working for me.
Okay.
That's working for me big time. But yeah. So I see one person. One person is here.
Yes.
I can see.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh,
What
thank
is
you
it?
for saying that. It's a classmate of mine and someone that I went to school with.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I don't know, but like I say, they're gonna come in eventually. But in let me see what time it is.
We
It
can
is
just
10:09.
Yeah, we'll get started. I mean, people will join when they join. Hey, Presley Nicole. I see
Hi,
you.
this person Nicole. She kind of looks like me.
She looks just like you, actually.
Okay, so we go ahead and get started. You want me to go, or you
Um,
want to go?
Introduction, and then we can just go from there. One of the reasons why I think Inzuri and I both have our reasons for wanting to go live, and I'll let her. But one of the reasons why we wanted to go live is because we are we're women, and as women we believe that you should have a very strong community, people that you can converse with no judgment, and actually just doing being sisters that can actually check in. um, One of the things that we thought about was we thought it would be great to do a mind, body, and soul amongst the two of us on a weekly basis for us to just kind of check in and see how things are going personally, professionally, whatever discussions we wanted to have. And it's more of a mental check-in. There's so many people who go through things. Our friends, we have friends that go through things that we don't even realize they're actually going through. This was all sparked by a video that I shared with Nzuri regarding a young lady on Instagram. If you were to look at her Instagram, you would never know that she had issues, major issues, because everything about her life appeared to be glamorous. But she actually was suffering and going through depression. No one ever stopped to ask her how she was doing. She stopped coming on Instagram for a while. No one called to check in on her just to see what happened because they noticed that she had not posted. So that made me think, and it made me want to have conversations with people that I care about, very important conversations with people that I care about with respect to their mental capacity. Just how are you doing every day? Is there something that I can do? Is there something that I can step in and do for you as a sister that would take a load off of you or make your burdens a little lighter? So that's one of the reasons why she and I started doing what we call a mind, body, and soul check-in every other week. It was every other Monday morning. And in doing so, we realized that we were really having some great conversations that maybe we should share with everyone. And hence the live conversation, but we thought that it would be great to just kind of get some of that information out so that people can, you know, you may be going through something that we're going through or we're experiencing, and our experience is it may help you in making some of your decisions or help you just get through the day. So we thought that it would be a good platform to just do something like that live, especially with everything that's going on right now with Corona.
Right, right. And I totally agree with that. One of the things I want to say is another reason, what you're saying with the whole check-in girlfriend thing and everything like that. I always ask myself the question, am I really being a good girlfriend? And so in being a really good girlfriend, that means that you have to sometimes release the judgment, because even though we're girlfriends and we're together, we have to admit it. Sometimes there's a lot of judgment there we have with our friends. So I always ask myself, who am I being with my girlfriends? And am I being truthful, authentic? And am I also still creating my boundaries within that relationship? Because sometimes in relationship, you know, anything you do is a relationship. And we both agree, whether it's professional, intimacy, girlfriends, even if you have a service job, you still exchanging, is still a relationship in that. Anything you do when you're connecting with another person, there's relations in that connection.
Right.
So I always ask myself, you know, am I being a good girlfriend? Am I setting the right boundaries? Because I find myself in situations to where I'm giving more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving. And when it's time for me in return, um, I find that sometimes some of my girlfriends are not there for me, or either they're so used to me giving that they don't want me to switch from out that role.
Right, because you're actually playing a role in their life versus
Is
being the being the partner that's needed. You know, they don't understand the reverse of that. I need you to be the same exchange that you want me to give you. I need that from you sometimes. It's funny because I know one of the things that I would say constantly is whenever I talk to some of my girlfriends, they have never asked me, you know, how are you? Are you okay? It's interesting because I'm a giver as well. And I think that that's why our relationship has worked, because we're givers. We want people to, you know, we really want people to be better for themselves, and their families. So we're constantly giving of ourselves, but no one stops to say, is there something that you need? Is there something that I can do to actually give back to you? And I think that that's, you know, it's important to have that give and take relationship and not just a taker's mentality where it's like take, and that's all there
somebody say, hey y'all,
is.
hey. It's
Oh,
Heritage
oh,
Brand LLC.
yeah,
Yeah. Hi, welcome. But you know what I always get? I always get the, no, you're the strong one. No, you can't fall apart because you're the
yeah,
strong one. We need you to be strong.
right,
So, and
right,
it's like, then what happens is you end up bottling up your feelings because you feel as though you have nobody to share that with. So like you say, it goes to, do you want me, or do you want the role that I play in your life? So
yes,
we have to ask ourselves the questions like, what is it that this person is wanting from me?
right,
And I guess and we have to recognize it, because
hmm,
sometimes you be so engulfed in your giving
yes.
that you cannot even recognize what this person is doing or what they're wanting at that moment from you. And some people, that's all they want. They just want your role.
That's it. And you know what's so amazing about that is, um, you not only do you have to recognize that they are wanting a role, but you have to also make the conscious decision of whether or not it's actually the role that you want to play.
In
And
their life. Yeah.
you know, and the thing that's crazy, even crazier, is that your friend may be upset with you because you choose not to participate in that role. Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I have the freedom to, yes, which brings me to something that's really crazy because I think about this. I'm single and Zuri is married. And it's interesting. And in a relationship, when you're dealing with guys as a single woman, they try to define how the relationship, they try to make the decision about the relationship for you. Like if there's a situation, you can't determine whether or not I want to be in that situation. It's something that I have to decide, and I or not go with it. But that's just a side note. It's interesting because we play so many different roles in people's lives that sometimes we don't stop to think about, is that a role that I really want to play? Sometimes, I know for me, I'll jump into situations. People bring me into a lot of their intimate situations. And, sometimes it's a question of whether or not it's a role I actually want to play. So I think that's something that you have to consider too in that role. It's interesting.
Yeah, it really. Angela, I'm drinking watermelon juice. Watermelon juice is in my cup. I just wanted to let you know it was in my cup.
That looks good. Is that you? Did you juice that this morning?
I juiced it, and I put my own mint leaves that I'm growing. I just want to let you know I'm growing mint leaves, and they flourishing in my window.
Oh,
not to get off topic, so I just want to see
Sounds
it.
Good, yeah. And guess who's on here? Russell's on here. Russell's Gourmet Coffee. Well, I will.
Oh, Russell Gourmet Coffee.
Coffee that I drank my cup of coffee this morning, and it was delish.
Let me tell you about Russell's Gourmet. Not to get off topic, but I have to share this story about Russell's Gourmet Coffee. Okay, so I went to an event and he was there. And when I went to the event, I was like, I don't drink no coffee at all. So let me tell you. So he was like, you ain't never had this coffee. I was like, coffee is coffee. He said, trust me, try this coffee. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try this coffee. Tried the coffee. He hooked it up for me. He put the little cream. He's like, what flavor of cream you want? I was like, okay, whatever, because I ain't going to like it. Mm-hmm. Girl, God bought me 2 bags.
See there? It's great.
He turned me into a coffee drinker. Yes, Thank you, Russell.
Yes, ma'am. Go to russellsgourmetcoffee.com.
Go to Russell. I'm telling y'all, it's a mild.
This gourmet coffee that is smooth.
Don't have that bitter aftertaste. It is, I kid y'all not, I'm not a coffee drinker.
It's delicious, though. It is delicious.
It's delicious. It tastes like, if you like hot chocolate with some flavored cream or something in it, that's what his coffee, to me, tastes like.
Experience, because he has, for those, real, because she ain't no real coffee drinker. For those real coffee drinkers, does have darker roast coffees that are just phenomenal. It's all he's asking me, why am I not drinking coffee right now? Because I had my cup earlier. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. And that's another thing. We up here messing around. We're talking about Russell's Coffee, which is a phenomenal brand. Support. Do we really, really support each other as girlfriends?
Right.
And without judgment, and how vulnerable are we actually being and authentic and truthful with our girlfriends? Because one of the biggest issues, I know girlfriends who've been together for 20 plus years and they still don't have a certain level of trust.
Right.
And to me, that's when, is it the role or is it me? That's when that comes in. Mm-hmm. So I always, like I said, I look at situations and like some of my girlfriends or friends or whatever it is, I'll go through situations and I'll say, okay, look, I done got to the point I got to talk to myself and say, who do I want to be to her at this time? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't have anything to give you, I'm going to have to be honest and say, I don't have anything to give you at this moment. I don't even have an answer. Instead of going way beyond to the call of duty, trying to support them and uplift them for something they themselves may not be ready to have that authentic truth from you. So you have to ask yourself what role and what role or where I want to meet them at. Sometimes you have to meet them right where they are. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're not ready for your truth. They just want you there for your role.
That's so
and
true.
It goes back to that because I had some friendships. It happened to me and I realized, I was like, did they want me or was it the role that was demonstrated at that particular time? To make a long story short, I had a girlfriend. I met this person when I was like 19 years old. Fast forward, we are older now, and I'm in my 40s now, and this person is a little older than me. And we went into a little experience where we went to a workshop or event. And the agreement was for me to be able to go to this event, I was going to be the personal assistant just to get in. Long story short, it surrender went around a booklet that I had no intentions of. I didn't even think about this booklet in the way they did. So fast forward, um, I felt the energy shift when we was at the event, and I kept saying something is wrong. I thought that she was upset with me because I went and ate dinner on her expense account when she told me to. And I said, well, maybe did I spend too much? But the energy shift, got home, fast forward, and this person accused me of stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Never once pick up the phone to call me, never once say anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you could attest for this because this person put you in the midst of, she actually called you to tell that I did her dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And that was never my intent. If anybody knows me, I'm not that person. I'm not here to, if anything, I'm here to help heal and grow and process and evolve, not to hurt or steal. So, yeah, so I realized it took me years. That broke me. It broke me. I cried for about a year. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me to realize that it was the role.
Well, you know, the thing that's interesting about that is, yeah, I was something that I was brought into. And for one, I think it's important to note that in friendships there will be disagreements. Because again, as Induri stressed, it's a relationship. So within a relationship, you're going to have ups and downs and all kinds of things, and that's fine.
And misunderstandings.
That is what a relationship is. And but at the end of the day, I think it's also very important to understand the importance of communication within that relationship. I think that the fail there was that, first of all, this was a relationship that was over 20 years, which to for it to end the way that it did, it was very it made
Heartbreaking.
one what it did was it brought you to the reality of understanding that you played a role within that relationship. Because sometimes as women, what we do, when you mentioned, do we actually listen without judgment? To me, that's the perfect scenario, because if you really knew who I was, then you would never have accused me of the thing that you did. But because you don't really know me, or the I thought you knew me and you don't, then it has created a divide that is
Unforgivable.
unforgivable. Now we can't even go back and repair what we had for 20 plus years, because you've damaged that. You know what I mean? So I
And
feel
it's
like
a level of a certain respect.
it
I
is.
realized the level of respect wasn't there for me enough to even pick up the phone and have this conversation with me after you accused me of something that I did not do.
Right.
But you went and you laid your own perception to it and you ran with it, you know. And so you have to also ask yourself also, what's the level of respect that you have for your friendship, and how do you value your friendship? Do you really value it? Because is it, or is it more, yeah, because if something's so easy, something, a miscommunication could be so indispensable, you could walk away.
Was
That
it
means you never valued me or my place in the relationship or whatever. You just wanted whatever it is you wanted from me at that time, for you to easily accuse me of something. Like you say, you didn't know me, because the friends that I had, which is you're my friend longer than her.
mm-hmm.
And that's not that's not even my that's not even in my character
Right.
to take anything from anybody. Like I say, I'm the cheerleader.
Right. You know,
I'm the cheerleader.
it is because as women, I think that we we do rush to judgment with each other. We are, especially within the Black community. I'm sure everybody in every race has their own issues or whatever. But speaking from as a Black woman to another Black woman, we we are so harsh on each other that we there's no room for growth, there's no room for forgiveness, there's no room. I'm judging you because you don't do this with your children, or you don't do that, or you how about getting together and in the having those mind, body, and soul conversations when you see that the girlfriend is not, if even if you're playing a role, you all being clear as to what that role is. I'm okay bringing me into your life if I understand my purpose is in your life. Me and a few of my here in Atlanta, we used to make a joke about our roles when we would go out, because everybody knows I'm not a big drinker. I may have a couple of glasses of wine, and that's about it. I'm through drinking. On a good day, I might have three. I love wine. I definitely love wine. And on a good night, I might have a bottle if I'm at my house. But still, if you're out, that typically, I'm that girl who's the level-headed, girlfriend. I'm going to be the one that's going to make the conscious decisions. I'm going to be that girl. But we all understood what our roles were, and we respected the roles. And and it's so funny how within our own, as women, we have our own cliques within our groups. And what happens within those cliques, especially if you watch all these reality shows, they all got their little cliques within a clique.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how communication goes amongst Black women, how it travels when it comes to something started this way and it ended that way. And a lot of it is perception, how we perceive things.
Yep, how we perceive things.
I may perceive something different than I may have said something to you that was essentially, it could just have been, yeah, I told Chandra to go over there and pick up the the comb off the floor, but it's interpreted as, girl, she told her to go over there and pick the comb up off the floor, and she did. So, within these roles that we play with girlfriends, you have all of those murky waters. What's great for us, I think, as friends, and the reason why we chose to do the Mind, Body, and Soul is because we agreed that we would genuinely have conversations about our lives and not
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
not withhold any information. And I feel like it has been healing. It has helped us in our personal lives. It helped us in our professional lives.
Tremendously.
Created a community. We've actually shared our Mind, Body, and Soul with other girlfriends that have come into the fold and have had conversations with us.
Mm-hmm.
It started with us, but we basically will add individuals to our conversation. So we've done that. We certainly would love to have the conversation on a grander scale, which is why for us this moment is great, because we do want more women to come on. We do want you guys to talk about just different things. It's a mind, body, and soul. You can
soul.
Release it and let it go with no judgment.
With no judgment.
All face things in our lives that are difficult, and I can't even imagine what's happening in some households, because you've had so many people lose jobs. You've had so many people. This is different. My mother,
It is
6 years old, and she says she's never experienced anything like this. So this is definitely different for us. So how does it make you feel? Are you, there are people who may be going through depression right now. There are people who are going through things that they just don't understand. And
yeah.
because I want to stop right here, because I know you guys are probably thinking, what in the hell makes them experts, and why can they do certain things? Well, one thing that makes us the expert is, one, we're women, and two, we're Black, and three, I'm in my 50s, she's in her 40s, so I got a little age on me. But in Zuri, tell them a little bit about your background and why this is a topic you want to.
Okay, so I do have a degree in counseling. I went to Southern University at New Orleans, and I have a degree in counseling. I did do, before I moved here to Virginia, I did do one full semester in a master's program in social work. And I'm also a certified spiritual life coach. And I've also worked with lots of couples, dealing with relationships with couples and everything like that. So yeah, and just coaching individuals in relationships. And I also am rooted in, as Angela gonna say, oh, here we go, I love relationships in astrology. I work with that a lot, because y'all just don't know, y'all, that astrology, y'all, is a key. I'm just gonna leave it right there. But yeah, I'm also a certified spiritual life coach. And so and also with that, what we learn also as a counselor, that the counselor also needs a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
The counselor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So which means that the filter, when you taking on people's stuff, you listening, you are taking it in. So who do you filter out to?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even with that said, even with women, we need a filter.
Mm-hmm.
Who's our filter? Who's that person who I can go to, that neutral person who I could go to and just spill it out? Who can I be vulnerable with? And a lot of us, a lot of women are single. I'm married. A lot of women are single. A lot of women are in relationship. And you mentioned the COVID thing. They got people at home that has never been home together
Yes, for the first time.
for the first time, and I don't know how long, and they're not getting along.
Right.
And sometimes and here's the tricky part about that, in a marriage relationship, a committed relationship, a partner relationship, whatever way you want to term it, you can't go to everybody with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because once again, the judgment happen, because you might go to somebody, they're going to say, okay, you need to do this and that, who may not be the person who you need to talk to, a person who's never been married. First of all, you probably won't go that way. But you go to tell this person, you and your partner, y'all already made up, and here you being judged.
That person is now judging you because of
That person is not judging the situation.
Right.
And so now you're caught in the situation to whereas as a woman, which me and Angela have been there, we both, look, I'm in my second marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Angela's been married.
Mm-hmm.
And she's on the side where she's dating.
And I hate
I'm
it.
with my
And I hate it. And I hate it. And I hate it.
and I'm married. I've been married for 11 years to my husband now, and we have a great relationship. But even in that,
Right.
we have our hiccups,
Mm-hmm.
and we have our things. And the beauty of it is, I do have that girlfriend to say, hey, I don't know, because I need to go take a ride.
Wait a minute, you sound like you're stuttering a little bit.
I was studying a little bit. I was like, I'm hey. But I was fortunate enough to meet a really good guy, and our little things, our little hiccups are minor, but I still have that girlfriend that I can be that, she could be I could filter out and say, hey, this is what's going on. Do you have some insight on that? And a lot of people just don't have that, or they don't trust. Or here's another thing that women go through: stop competing.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Hello.
Stop competing with each other, because guess what? At the end of the day, we all experience some of the same stuff.
From the Beyoncés to the no-one's, to the people who add names, Beyonce on the end of their name.
The nuances.
Yeah,
The nuances.
Look, to the beehives, to the no hives, the ones that think they gotta have and don't have a hive. All of y'all.
To the twerking, to the purse, to the Michael Kors purse, the Birkin purses.
From the twerkers to the girls
to the Birkin.
We are women that experience the same thing. It really does.
Girl, from the Birkin to the twerking. Girl, I'm about to go on.
From the Birkin to the twerking, right? It does not matter which end of the scope of the spectrum you're on, girl. Guess what? You're a woman.
We got some women issues going on up and through these parts. So like Angela said, we want to go on and give a grander, more of a platform. So Angela, tell them also a little background about yourself.
So I actually am a motivational speaker, primarily focused on spirituality. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I don't believe that you can accomplish or do it of God, the Spirit of God. And so that's important to me. I'm a success. I've actually been very successful in corporate America, where I've reached my peak, and I wanted to step out and do something entrepreneurial, which I've always done. So I have a consulting firm that I own. I co-partner with my daughter in a candy store. And I'm sure most of you guys follow the inspirational page that I have, because the stuff that I put out there is definitely meant to inspire. I believe that everybody needs a push or a coach or someone behind them that's actually encouraging them and making sure that they stay the course and move on. And one of the things that I consistently hear from clients that I have is that you are in there, you genuinely care about the business. Whenever I take on a client, I do go the extra and everything that they have going on within their business, and then I try to coach them through it. And important to me that they are successful because their success is mine. So the relationships I've created have been those of really, really professional relationships. And I encourage every person that is listening or will listen to this to always encourage our own. I can remember starting the candy business, and as much as I can sell, I still like to do do the work, go out into the community, see what's going on, what competition. You know, am I competing against Godiva based on the type of candy that I sell, or am I just competing against the local corner store? And going in and just talking to people, getting that information, and did that with a sister here in Atlanta, and she was very reluctant to give any information, which is interesting.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
That again goes back to what we talked about competing. I think the difference between us and a lot of other nationalities or ethnicities is that we tend to not be supportive of each other. We just don't. We want to compete. We feel like we're not going to get ours. And that's just not the mentality I have. But it's so important to me that I can actually get a message like that out, because I'm always encouraging people to do their own. And with Black people, we've got to have our own things. There's so much stuff that we don't own. And without ownership, we won't ever be ahead. They care about two things: money and power. That's it.
Money and power. But I could say this. So. I'm pointing this way because I'm pointing at Miss Angela. I have a business. Me and my husband own a bakery called McGee Sweet Trees. Go over to Instagram, McGee Sweet Trees. Go and check it out. She is my consultant. She is our consultant in anything that I do. And guess what? Let me get a little closer to the camera. We pay her.
Which that's, oh God. When we start to think,
and just because she's my girlfriend, that's another thing. That's my girlfriend, so she gonna hook me up. Yeah. Oh no, honey, monthly, dear. We monthly.
Please,
we monthly.
Right. If I am your friend and I am in business, please don't ask me for a hookup, because I ain't gonna give it to you. I've been giving.
We pay her.
On you, so.
let me explain to you. We've been friends before babies, after babies, and we have grown children. And I pay her. But, so because that goes back to the level of respect.
Right.
I respect what you do. You run a business, so I'm respecting the business that you're running. I'm not going to ask you for a discount because if I ask you for a discount, I'm not truly supporting you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's not genuine support. Mm-hmm. So support. That's how we gonna, and there's a lot of Black-owned women businesses that can also use your support. That you got a lot of different people, a lot of not only women Black-owned, period.
Yes. Like
we was just talking about Russell's coffee, Black-owned. Candy Cravings, Black-owned. McGee Sweet Trees, Black-owned. We have the makeup artist Presley Nicole, it's Black-owned. Alexis store, she's a young woman that's partnered with her mom. She's Black-owned. Like, there's so many different things. If I didn't shout out your business, please forgive me. I will maybe in a later post. But yes, there's so many support, and don't be saying, yeah, give me the hookup, because that's my girl. She gonna give me the hookup. If that's something that they want to do, let them offer that to you. Right. But don't go to that person expecting the hookup, as you want to call it. Yeah, don't expect that. Let them offer you a gift. It's called a gift. Let them gift you.
Right, absolutely.
With that, but always go prepared for them to tell you their prices. And it's good to say, "Ooh, girl, look." Don't even say give me a discount, because now you're devaluing.
You're devaluing my product.
You're devaluing the business, the product, or anything like that. So don't do that. Everything you need to do has value to it, and in order for us to be taken seriously as a culture, as a community, when it comes to business, we have to value each other.
Yeah.
In the way we do things and everything like that. So, yeah, it's just.
So that's how I actually believe that we can speak to you guys about things, because that's where we were going. And we old ladies, so we might jump off the top of it. So just follow, please.
And have a brain fog. So excuse us.
Please be okay with that for a second.
And we might, like I talked about watermelon juice. She might bust out talking about tomato. She make me feel bad about them tomatoes. I just want to let you know.
Oh, what are you talking about? Look, I've been growing tomatoes, y'all, and I am so proud of my little garden. And yes, I do talk about my tomatoes because I grew them with my hands.
And I just want to let you know Kelly got a baby.
Yeah, okay. That's Kelly.
Kelly is my plant that I killed. And Angela made me feel so bad because she's growing this phenomenal garden. And look, y'all, tomatoes off the chain, the peppers, everything. And there's some big juicy peppers and tomatoes, and she got blueberries, she got all kind of stuff. And I went outside, and she told me how everything beautiful. And Kelly
was dying.
Oh, Kelly. But I bought Kelly inside, y'all. And I took Kelly. I get Kelly some plants, and Kelly got some leaves. I just want to let you know. Bam, bam with Kelly. But yeah, let's just, as women, let's be authentic.
Yes.
Let's be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be each other's, like Iali Van Zandt says, am I my sister's keeper? No, I am my sister.
I'm my sister.
I'm my sister because we all have the same struggles, experiences, the same things. You wouldn't believe. It's so funny because if you sit in a room full of women that you just met, I guarantee you at least 10 things you have in common.
Yeah.
At least 10 things that you have in common with this person. But, you know, we don't really say, we're not even trusting enough with one another. I would say I'm going to speak to the community that I know, which is the Black community, because I grew up in a house of Black uncles, Black aunts. This is what I know. Nothing against no other community. And even with the other community, they go through the same things that we go through too as women. So, but I'm just speaking to what I'm familiar with and what I know and what I grew up around. We have to be more trusting with each other. Yes. We have to be more honest with each other about the things that we're going through experiencing as women. To be able to openly, we have to be able to express that. So this is why we want to do this live feed, our mind, body, and spirit, and everything like that. So we talk about a lot of different topics, y'all. It gets deep.
It's gonna be fun. So really, we want you guys to really get involved in the conversations.
Yeah.
I can't see, that's why I have glasses, but she got contacts in. These are just readers for me, but you know, she really can't see. No, I'm just kidding.
And Michael P. say my auntie a real boss.
Yes. I saw my nephew giving us this. I saw that.
Yeah. Froze. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I see.
If my sister was, I told you to put yours on airplane mode, and then I didn't, because she keeps calling me sister.
I ain't put on airplane mode. You see that? Right. See, that's what I mean. Let's be honest and truthful. Cause I could have said, I ain't put on. I could have said, look at you, knowing I'm dead wrong too. That's why I said, let's be transparent. Can you be transparent and honest with your good girlfriend? And you know what? And also, even in that transparency and honesty, every girlfriend may not be able to receive that from you, but that's when you get to the point where you meet them where they are.
Right.
But at the same time, be true, set your boundaries, and be authentic and truthful to yourself.
Yes. Your volume went down.
Hold up one second.
What happened to her volume?
I had a phone call.
See what I'm saying? There you go.
I didn't have no airplane mode at all. So yes. I'm also hold please. Girl, look, what happened is I have my things on and my husband's phone some kind of way is connected to it.
Oh, gotcha.
It's Bluetooth, and his phone was ringing, and that's the thing. But yeah, let's just be willing to be transparent and set your boundaries in the process.
Yeah, I think
don't give so much of yourself that you don't have nothing else to give.
You don't have anything else to give. Though we think that these conversations are going to be phenomenal and that you will be able to pick up on something, it's not just for women either. I mean, it is a great conversation for women. It's for men, for those that actually want to follow us live or listen to us live. It's really going to be a combination of both. And though we don't profess to be men. And I tell you, first thing, I ain't no man. I don't know.
I like being a woman. I'm gonna put that out there. I love being a woman. I love the perks.
All the perks
that come along with being a woman.
So
Like we have this joke within my house that my children's like, Mama, you always have your flower panties on. And I'd be like, well, take your boxes off.
well,
I like wearing my flower panties.
she had to tell me to take off my box. Girl, take your boxes off and put your little pretty panties on. Really?
Put the flowery panties on. Please put them
Hey,
on.
look, today, but yeah. But
Yeah, and also maybe there's something that you guys, maybe there's someone out there that wants to discuss a topic, and you might feel as though you don't have anybody else to talk to about. Just put a topic out there. We'll look at it, and maybe that's something we can also discuss. Because if you put the topic out there, that let us know that one thing that you really, what's the word I'm looking for, Angela?
there's a genuine interest. You have an
There's a
interest.
genuine interest in certain topics, and we would love to address certain topics and everything like that. And based on our education and experience, hey, I mean, we could go there. Like, oh, Angela was talking about the men. Men, you are welcome.
Yes, you're
And
welcome. We want to make sure that you understand this is a platform for you as well, because one of the things that we know is that men have relationships with women, and
with
so
women,
sometimes it gives you an insight. Hopefully, it will give you an insight as to how she may be thinking, because sometimes we get into topics where we're talking about those types of things.
hmm
It really is a conversation. It's a genuine conversation that we really want our audience to engage in, because I don't know if you all know, but we're gonna be shut down again at some point. So everybody's gonna go back through that state of depression. Everybody's gonna go back through those feelings that they had just being in home. Now, there will be some leniencies, I'm sure, because of what we have opened back up. So they may have some leniencies to things, but we definitely will get to a point where, unless we all get on the same page with this coronavirus, we are going to be shut down. And but I think that in the midst of, I think it's really important, especially right now for me during these times, that we do touch on things that are relevant right now in the world, and get a feel, just take a temperature of how everybody's feeling, because we'll be sharing that with you. So we want that genuine feedback, regardless of what our topics are. We don't have,
right?
somebody asked earlier, what are we doing? Hell, we are on here just having a genuine conversation. That's it.
A genuine conversation. Yes, and also we too are going to be open, honest, and vulnerable with you guys. So, hey, the same, so we want to be at least a demonstration of that process, of
Right.
what that looks like, and how we can be part of the growing community, to where even girlfriends get together and open up dialogue to have the open and honest conversation. You might be able to get on the phone and think about some things and say, let me call my good girlfriend
Yes.
and ask her, how have I been to you as a girlfriend?
Right.
And that could open up a conversation in itself. So we're glad that you're here. We're looking forward to seeing you. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the whole thing.
And sometimes it may be on my feed, which is I am Angela D. Peterson on Instagram, and sometimes it may be in Zuri's feed. So, which is
I am in Zuri.
mm-hmm, and spell it.
It's IMNZURIZAWADI. And also, go over to McGee Sweet Treats. Look at the stuff that we have on our bakery page. We're local right now, but we also working on being able to ship things out to you guys. That's coming soon. Angela, you're going to be getting a cake soon. I just want to let you know. And because my consultant
Yeah.
right here has been fussing at us and giving the phone calls in our meetings, saying that you need to start shipping. We about to start shipping.
Thank you, Lord.
We gonna work on that, so you're gonna be the first one. Uh, the cake fall apart. Let us know
Well,
not to put some.
what's good about it is that they have great cakes, and it's the icing. So of course I've had some other conversations, and I understand that. But I was gonna tell you guys, maybe you should start with some like plain cakes, pound cakes, or stuff like that. Yeah, so and definitely if you're in need of a business consultant, or if you want to shop and need to send somebody a special gift of candy, please go Candy Cravings. It is actually Candy Cravings on Instagram. We have a link in our bio that you can actually click on and purchase whatever you like. But again, it's just really important for us. We wanted to come together as two Black women, to have genuine conversations with Black women, to really inspire, to help, to whatever your needs are. We really want to just be able to, on a weekly basis, or bi-weekly basis, because it won't be weekly because my schedule won't allow that. But we can do basis.
Yeah, our schedule won't allow that. But when we do, we'll make sure we'll give you guys a advanced announcements to let us know what time and day we're going to be on as well. And also go over to my YouTube page. It's oh, y'all gonna, she'll be like, why she got all these names? It's Yellow Butterfly Holistic Cafe over on YouTube. Also, so I'm going to be talking about different things. One thing Angela mentioned earlier is that we are very big on spirituality. Spirituality is something that is very important to us. We take all, it doesn't matter what your practice is or which way you're going, your spiritual growth, how you evolve, your evolution. There's space for everybody here on our platform. So I just want to say thank you for joining us, for those who have joined us. And Angela, it's been great as always. I'm looking forward to it. Look at that, good vibes only. Good vibes only. Yeah. Oh, you kind of a big deal? She is, y'all. She is. I give her that. I give her that. 'Cause that's why, look, we not girlfriends for nothing.
Because she thinks she a big deal too, honey.
Ooh, girl, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all gonna meet some people. I don't know who's gonna show up on what day, but I got some people with me.
Yeah, we'll have different people on that we think are fun. You'll get a little bit of comedy because we're
I'm talking about in me. You talking about people on the feed. I'm talking about all the people that's in me.
Well, yeah.
You never know who's gonna show up on what day. You might have the Earth Goddess with the head wrap. You might have Beyonce. You never know who's gonna show up with me, Chuck.
Beyonce cannot come on here. I'm sorry.
Oh, she can't?
No. She cannot. She is not allowed to come on.
She ain't welcome.
She is not welcome. Hell no.
Ooh, girl, I'm about to tell her, girl, you can't. Girl, Beyonce going. Ooh, she might gonna want to hear that.
I already know. See that. But yeah,
we gotta get off this. We gotta get off. We passed our time.
I know. We definitely appreciate everyone joining us live today, and we certainly would love for you guys to go back, check it out. If just look through the whole thing, so you can get a feel for what we are trying to create in this conversation. And join us again live, not next Friday, but the Friday after next. We'll be on there, just having a genuine conversation. We'd love to see you guys back. Again, you can
post your topics if you want to. If you're interested in particular topics, go ahead and post them either with Angela or myself.
Yeah,
and we'll look at those topic ideas that you have.
Her Instagram is I am Nzuri Zawali on Instagram, and I am Angela D. Peterson. I'm Angela D. Peterson on Instagram and Facebook. So,
and I'm Nzuri on Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube channel is Yellow Butterfly Holistic Cafe. Go check us out. And McGee Sweet Treats. Check us out.
There you go. We'll see you guys
later.
Love
you, girl.
All right. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.